we go to a plea hearing in Wenatchee, Washington. 55-year-old Christopher Dickinson has pled guilty to simple assault and reckless driving. 5 months earlier, the defendant, a former deputy prosecutor, was attending a training conference at a waterfront resort. After consuming high levels of alcohol, Dickinson allegedly groped a female colleague and tried to pull her onto his lap. And the night did not end there. Around midnight, Dickinson and his girlfriend, Lee Kellogg, went for a drunken boat ride with Kellogg at the helm. After she nearly crashed into a dock, they were called into shore by police.
I know I'm under the influence.
Okay. She's very intoxicated.
When officers tried to conduct a sobriety test with Kellogg, Dickinson appeared to do his best to stop the test.
Sir, I need you to stop, okay?
No.
There's Dickinson making a slashing motion with his arm, a signal for Kellogg to stop cooperating.
Sir, I need you to stop, okay?
No.
As the questioning continued, Dickinson made his way closer to the scene.
I need you to stop.
I'm a f***ing lawyer.
I don't care. It really doesn't matter.
I'm giving her legal
Okay,
advice.
she's not your lawyer. You need to step back.
I'm stepping back.
No, you're not. You need to step back.
So she can hear me.
You need to step back, or I'm going to put you in cuffs for obstructing.
I'm not going to advance any further.
No, you're not, because you're going to step back.
How many steps?
Past my car. That's where you were before.
Dickinson did as he was told, but then Kellogg failed her sobriety test.
I'm worried you're gonna fall, okay? Okay. I don't.
Police took her to the station for booking.
Okay. All right.
Despite being intoxicated himself, Dickinson decided to drive to the station and wait for Kellogg to be released. Police found him in the parking lot, passed out behind the wheel around 2:45 a.m. and arrested him on an initial charge of physical control of a vehicle while intoxicated. Soon after, Dickinson was fired from his job. For groping his colleague, he was initially charged with fourth-degree assault with sexual motivation. But after agreeing to take a plea, the charges were reduced to simple assault and reckless driving. Today at sentencing, the defense argues that Dickinson made a one-time mistake.
Prior to this incident, the only kind of bad mark on his record was the speeding ticket. And feels remorse about the mistakes that he made. So we are asking the court not to impose any additional jail time as a result of this.
Before Judge Roy Four imposes sentence, Dickinson asks the court for leniency.
I had too much to drink. I obviously voluntarily chose to drink too much. The Prosecuting Attorneys Association chose to overserve me. I've lost my job and career of 29 years. I've lost a lot of friends. I've asked the court to follow my attorney's recommendation.
When he was finished, the judge sentenced Dickinson to 4 days in jail, plus 2 years probation. He must also pay a fine of $5,000 and undergo alcohol abuse and sexual deviancy evaluations. He was later suspended for 6 months by the Washington State Bar Association. As for Kellogg, she pled guilty to reckless boating, was sentenced to 2 years probation, and fined $500. Next, we head to Claremore, Oklahoma, where County Judge Cassie McCoy appears slumped over in her car in a store parking lot. It's around 4 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. Officer Nathaniel Turman arrives on the scene and approaches Judge McCoy's vehicle. She seems to be having some window issues.
This one. Yeah. You feeling okay? Yeah. What are you on?
I'm not breathing.
Somebody called in and said that you drove through the ditch. Looked like you're about half asleep in the driver's seat when I come up here.
Well, that wasn't me, because I was on my way to my boarding house.
You have ID? Okay. You been drinking or anything today?
No, I have not, actually.
Okay. All right, why don't you come back to my car and talk to me back here?
Judge McCoy follows Turman to his vehicle, where he begins checking the judge's information through his computer.
You're on something. What have you taken today?
I didn't take anything.
Are you a drinker?
No.
When's the last time you been in trouble for alcohol?
I've never had that issue.
Never?
No.
Okay, so January or July of 2008, you didn't get in trouble for alcohol-related offense or anything?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So can we be honest now?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been drinking today?
Yes.
Okay. How much you been drinking today?
I drank champagne.
How much have you had to drink today?
A full bottle of champagne.
A full bottle? Sit tight.
Turman goes to speak with his partner.
You recognize
Who is she?
District Judge?
She's been drinking.
She's a judge.
Full bottle of champagne.
Don't let her position influence what needs to be done. If you need to administer tests, administer tests.
After a few minutes, Officer Turman returns to the car and gets right down to it.
You have a drinking problem? You do? You understand what kind of position this puts me in? I think you very well understand that because of what you do for a living. I had no clue who you were. My partner knows who you are.
What I want you to do is I want you to do the right thing.
The officers ask Judge McCoy to exit the car and complete a field sobriety test.
Without turning your head, I want you to follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? Do you understand? Okay.
Yep.
Don't turn your head. Keep your head straight.
Sorry.
The test actually causes her to stumble.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Officer Turman's seen enough.
No. You're under.
Don't.
Don't make this more difficult than it already is. You're under arrest for actual physical control of a motor vehicle while you're under the influence of alcohol.
Sorry.
Just sit right here, okay? You're going to jail.
The judge is taken back to the station where she agrees to take a breathalyzer test. McCoy's blood alcohol level comes back at 0.35, which is 4 times the legal limit. Because officers didn't witness her actually driving, she's booked on a misdemeanor charge of being in control of a vehicle while intoxicated. The judge is later released on bond and issued a statement saying she's embarrassed by the incident and intends to get professional help. Judge McCoy is also temporarily relieved of her duties.
I have not had a drink since January 31st, 2019.
We're in Columbus, Ohio, where 54-year-old Monica Hawkins is on the stand. It's a peculiar position for her because most days she's on the other side of the bench as a family court judge. So what landed this judge in the hot seat? 1 year earlier, police pulled over this vehicle after receiving a 911 call reporting an erratic driver. The driver was Judge Monica Hawkins. After officers noticed the smell of alcohol coming from the car, Hawkins is asked to perform a variety of field sobriety tests. They don't go so well. It looks like this judge is going to jail. At the police station, Hawkins remains cool and collected. She can be heard humming a tune. When it's time to actually face the music, the judge refuses to cooperate.
So what I'm going to ask is that you provide a breath sample, okay? And if you refuse, then your Ohio driver's license will automatically be suspended.
Okay.
Okay, so are you willing to provide a breath sample?
No.
No, so you're going to refuse?
Yes.
Okay, so you do understand that you will immediately be placed under suspension for that?
Yes.
Okay. If we get a warrant for your blood draw, then you can't refuse. So, you're still willing to refuse?
Yes, ma'am.
Even if we get a blood draw? You understand that we'll take you to the hospital and they will draw your blood? And that's something that you'd rather do than provide a breath sample?
Yep.
Okay. I'll defer them.
After a warrant is issued, Hawkins is taken to the hospital where she has to be restrained in order to have her blood drawn. Her blood alcohol level registers at 0.199, nearly 2.5 times the legal limit. Judge Hawkins would later plead guilty to a misdemeanor for driving under the influence, and she was sentenced to 90 days in jail, with 87 of those suspended. In addition to Hawkins' legal conviction, a judicial misconduct complaint was filed requiring her to go in front of the Ohio Board of Professional Conduct. And this time, Judge Hawkins adopts a much more humbling and cooperative approach.
I've spent my whole life trying to do the next best thing and be the perfect person. I have not had a drink since January 31st, 2019.
So you're telling the panel you've been sober since the date of the incident?
Yes, I have been sober. All I can do is forgive myself and move forward and be the best judge I can be.
Hawkins received a public reprimand, but because her charge was a misdemeanor and not a felony, she's allowed to keep her job. We're in Royal Oak, Michigan. It's around 10:40 a.m., and police just witnessed the driver of this SUV throw a cigarette out the window. Moments later, the driver makes a turn without signaling, then accelerates beyond the speed limit. After officers pulled the vehicle over, they reportedly noticed the odor of alcohol coming from inside. The driver's then removed and ordered to perform a set of field sobriety tests.
What I want you to do is I want you to focus on the tip of my finger. It's going to move side to side. Focus on it with your eyes. Keep your head still, okay? Keep your head still. What I want you to do is I want you to picture an imaginary line in front of you. Place your left foot on the imaginary line. Now, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps out along that imaginary line, counting your steps out loud. You can start whenever you're ready. Not going to be able to do it? No. You want to try?
Let's call that strike one.
Next, I want you to count backward from 54 to 37. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
38, 57.
Okay.
There's strike two.
All I need you to do is wrap your lips around this tube. You're going to blow into it just like this. You don't have anything to shut your mouth, right? Can I have to take a look real quick? All right.
As they wait for the breathalyzer results, the officer asks the driver a sobering question.
Do you think you should be driving right now? Do you have kids?
No, I have kids.
If you had your kids in the car, would you be driving right now?
No.
Can you read that out loud for me?
And strike three.
112. So the legal limit 0.08. So at this point, I am going to place you under arrest for operating while intoxicated. I'm going to have you turn around, put your hands behind your back, and interlace your fingers.
Sir, are you bringing me to jail?
I am.
What so far has been a pretty typical traffic stop and arrest takes an interesting turn when the driver tries to plead her case.
Is there any way, I'm really gonna, I don't drink and drive.
Uh-huh.
I'm running for an office right now.
Okay.
This will f me up really bad. I'm running for an office right now.
And not just any office. 49-year-old Julie McDonald is a local attorney, and she's running for county circuit court judge.
This will f me up really bad.
You know, there's not a lot of discretion I have with something like this.
No, I understand.
I can't bend the rules.
Around 11:45 a.m., McDonald arrives at the police station and tells officers she'd consumed 4 vodka drinks the night before and agrees to another breathalyzer test. This one reads .08, which is exactly Michigan's limit and technically considered drunk driving, but also falls within the test's .004 margin of error. McDonald would later plead guilty to careless driving and littering for tossing the cigarette out the car window in exchange for the dismissal of the drunk driving charge. She was required to pay $2,000 in court fees, continue daily testing for alcohol use, and complete 40 days of community service. As for her bid for county circuit court judge, it was a success. But 8 months after she was arrested, the Michigan Supreme Court ordered a 45-day unpaid suspension for her misconduct behind the wheel. Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam. Subscribe to A&E to never miss a new video and catch full episodes on aetv.com.